it was like I could barely get it off. I'm like, oh crap. So I put it on my pinky finger instead. I was like, okay, here we go. We'll put it here. So it took 3 days for the swelling to go down. My feet ached, my ankles ached.
Can you drink diet soda on carnivore?
Hello. How are y'all doing?
Hi.
This is familiar.
And welcome to Meat and Marriage. This is a question that we have an answer for through experience, through the hard road of lived experience.
I have put in the work on behalf of you all.
Yes.
I'm going to save you the hassle.
To tell
I'm going
you
to save you the headache.
The person, literal headache. So, set up the scene, oh wise one.
Oh, wise one. So, we were out of town working, and I don't know, we made a wrong turn, actually. I made a wrong turn coming back from another.
Did you?
Yes, I did. So we were coming back. Well, there's two jobs that are, one's about 40 miles away, one's about 50, and we were dropping off a trailer for trash so they could load it up at this one job. And
you're jumping ahead. That's step 2.
No.
You forgot step 1.
What's step 1?
Well, when I got into your truck to go
to
said lunch.
Yes. Well, that was just...
There was already...
Oh, yes, from when I gassed up the morning.
So in the morning...
I had grabbed a Diet Pop because it's just a Coke Zero sounded good. And I've had a handful of them over this 8.5 months that I've been doing this. But this day was different.
So we acknowledge that diet sodas are not carnivore friendly. Well, are not technically carnivore.
They're not technically
carnivore. They're not technically carnivore.
And I will say they're not
indulged at times.
Just a handful of times.
Because I think
I like the Bernie carb, and
it makes you feel like old times a little bit. It gives you a little boost.
It really does. It really doesn't, but
it actually really does. So he's already got a soda, kind of a big soda already, and then we end up taking a wrong turn and
so we thought,
just
grab lunch. We were going to skip it and do an OMAD, and so I'm like, oh, okay. When we've got this place, it's a travel center that actually has a great barbecue. So if we do that, we'll grab a pound of brisket, and we'll split that. And there's a Wendy's in the travel center too, so I got 3 bacon double stacks. So 3 bacon cheeseburgers plain, and I've done that a couple times before. And unfortunately the cheese is just garbage on it too. Of course,
it's not really cheese. So again, we acknowledge, in case you don't know this, that cheese is not carnivore. So we should leave the cheese off.
The fake cheese.
That cheese.
That cheese.
That's
really
carnivore.
actually not cheese.
It's a processed cheese product. It's not cheese. So should not be included on carnivore. However, it was the beverage of choice that brought the issues.
Oh my goodness. So they, Wendy's, they've got the nice machine with the Fanta, Diet Orange, Diet Pineapple, Diet Lime, Diet, I don't know what else. There was all these choices. I'm like, holy crap. So I tried a Diet Pineapple. Wasn't so good. So I dumped it. Well, I drank most of it, and then I dumped it. And then I filled it up with an orange a couple times. Maybe 3 times. I don't know. Drank a lot of Diet Pop.
And then on the way home...
I was like, I might as well get another one. I don't know what I was thinking.
You were ready to learn. Can you drink diet soda on carnivore? He was ready to learn. So, he was in experiment mode.
Yes. So I actually... The gods told me to do this. So I could save you all this hassle.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's all about y'all. It has nothing to do with me. It's pure sacrifice.
So on that note, I had a few sips of the lunchtime one.
Right.
A few sips of the yellow one, bright yellow. I'm sure that dye is super healthy for you. Pineapple. And then I had a few sips of the orange. So probably a total of 4 ounces. And I felt not good, and I got a headache, and Tom's like, you did not get a headache. And I was like, okay, I didn't get a headache. I think I know if I get a headache because I don't ever get headaches anymore. And then I also, 2 hours later, started having massive heartburn. I don't get heartburn either.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And I said, what? And I didn't put that together until
the next day.
Mr. Jasinski woke up the next morning and he said, "Look at my hands."
I was so swollen. And this ring normally, I have to be careful since I've lost so much weight that I have to watch so it doesn't fall off. But I had to use lotion, and I got to think about
a ring
being constricted on my finger. So I know you've done it. So, which gave me, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, it's like it was like I could barely get it off. I'm like, oh crap. So I put it on my pinky finger instead. I was like, okay, here we go. We'll put it here. So it took 3 days for the swelling to go down. My feet ached, my ankles ached. I was talking to a buddy of mine who's also started carnivore, who's had great results, and I hadn't put together that I thought it was the seed oil that the burgers were cooked in and the crappy cheese. And so I was like, to clear out. And then it was like, oh, it's the diet soda. It's like, it's just freaking poison. And so it took 3 days for it to clear out of my system. And then finally I got enough fluid in, and I woke up like 3 times in the night to pee, which doesn't happen anymore. Dumped fluid that next day. And then it was like, oh, I feel better. So it definitely, it kicked my butt. And that joint ache was what's crazy. Cause it was like, I was talking to my buddy, and I was at the paint store getting some paint, and so I my feet were hurting so bad I sat down on a bucket like I always used to normally do because of being so fat and miserable. I needed to rest. Well, my feet were hurting. I'm like, man, dude, my feet are killing me. And so I told him about the burgers. I didn't think anything about the Diet Pop. I didn't even think anything of it. And I'll probably at some point have a small one again, but I ain't doing that again. That was, let's get just a taste of flavor if I'm going to do. I don't even know. That was the experience was bad. So anyway, back to my benevolence. I did it for y'all. So you can know, don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do it, dear Lord, do it very little. I don't know. It wasn't, I don't know. It just happened. It was weird. I was just in another.
You were just jonesing for a little dopamine hit the way you used to do with food. And for some reason you locked onto that in a repetitive pattern on that day, because you've had little bits here and there, maybe a dozen times since you started carnivore at the most. But here's what I'm going to say about that.
Don't do it.
This man right here has never listened to me when I preached about how bad diet sodas were for him.
I mean, I listened, but
yeah.
If you call it that.
It never registered. Let me say it that way.
Oh.
Never registered.
I'm like, yeah.
So,
whatever.
And then also it didn't register with me because here I am taking a few sips, like whatever. And there is something really awesome. So awesome. People are going to complain about us interrupting each other. We're supposed to take turns.
What?
There is something so powerful about feeling good and then ingesting something that makes you feel so bad that allows you to connect the dots and make better choices in the future. We are both so blown away that we understand food as medicine or poison, depending what you're eating. So we understand it in our bones. We don't have to have someone preach about how bad diet soda is.
I understand it in my joints.
Oh, sorry, in our joints. Right. Or
and my fingers and hands and my ankles.
Ago. We've never been bad. We've never had eggs at a restaurant since then.
So, thanks for watching, and you're welcome for my benevolence and my suffering on your